Hey, good morning, everyone. It's Anne Manera, and welcome to today's live color along. We are coloring with Oil Pastels this morning, still working on volume 13. A lot to go over this morning because we are going to be talking about today's color along with Oil Pastels, but I also want to talk about draw alongs that will be coming up in January, which start next week on January 8th. And I have 5 new books that just hit Amazon this morning, actually in the middle of the night. I couldn't believe it. It was quick. I didn't expect them to come out today. I thought they would not be out for another couple of days. But I have 5 brand new books that are on Amazon. I've got a couple of free pages on my website for all of you. And I'm starting something new as we go into the new year with daily kind of advent calendar type things, or monthly advent calendars. We did one for Christmas and it was a hit, and a lot of people said that they were going to miss it after they colored the last little illustration on Christmas Eve. So we have one happening right now. If you have not downloaded, I actually finished it because I was on a roll one night. I don't know what happened, but we have one that's on my website right now, Countdown to 2020, which started on December 25th, and it's just a short one, and it goes right through to January 1st for Wednesday for Happy New Year, for New Year's Day. And it's just these little illustrations here. This one has 8 different boxes, and a lot of people are coloring along with these. I had another one that was for Christmas that is no longer available on my website, but for those of you that downloaded this and completed this, I appreciate you sticking with it, because I even had a hard time sticking with this every single day. And we're going to talk about a new one that will be coming up for January, that'll start on January 1st, that will be called, it's going to be called Ring in the New Year Coloring Calendar. And then I'll have another one for Valentine's Day too. So I'm going to see if I can keep up the momentum of making these little kind of like countdown pages, I guess, for different days. So this morning we are coloring from volume 13, color along volume 13. Let me get rid of this piece of paper. And before we get started, let's say good morning to everyone. So good morning. Good morning, Lisa. Hey, Chris has joined us this morning. Good morning, Trish and Alexandria. Alice is here with us this morning. Sharon and Cheryl. Who else? You know, I have a few people that always send me messages while I'm starting a color along, and they say, where are you? Where is the color along? Where is the video? Hey, the video is always here on this page. You know, I can't keep track of too many things at once, so I try to keep things simple for myself too. So it's always right here. Hey, good morning, Melody and Mamie. Who else has joined us this morning? Sandra's here with us this morning. So good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us today. Last color along of 2019. Can you even believe it? So we've got a few things to go over this morning. We're going to be coloring this page from Color Along Volume 13, which is called I Love Myself. This is from my book, For the Love of Coloring, which is kind of our Valentine's Day love-themed coloring book, but it's not all about hearts. It has a lot of different things in it that have to do with love. If you have not checked out that book, then that's kind of a cool book, kind of a variety book. So we're going to use Oil Pastels on that. But before we get started, let's talk about this page that will be available, tomorrow it'll be posted actually. And this is the Ring in the New Year Coloring Calendar page. And this has 31 days to color, so you can color something every day to kind of keep everyone motivated to color for coloring. And if you're in my my self-publishing group, I have a group about to help people self-publish their own books. I just wrote this long thing about motivation and how do people stay motivated to do anything, really, not just art, but how do you stay motivated or be consistent with something and have a discipline and work through a discipline. It's hard. It's hard to do that. Krista, she has that book. It's great. It's good, isn't it? It's a good book. So this is the Ring in the New Year Coloring Calendar, and this page is a little bit different than the one that I had done for Christmas and the one I had done for Countdown to 2020, because this one has little tiny images of pages from different books. Like there's a Winter Beauty grayscale, there's an Animal Beauty grayscale page. So what do you guys think about these kind of daily little color, a little teeny tiny illustration, and move on with your day and kind of like get yourself going? So let me know what you think about that. The other thing that is happening, we're going to talk about, is I have 5 brand new books that are on Amazon as of this morning, and they are called Ornate Mandalas, Heart Mandalas, Valentine Heart Mandalas, $30 Mandalas in 3D is the other book. It is different than the other book, than the other 3D books, but it is 3D Mandalas and Relaxing Patterns. So here they are, new coloring books for New Year. I'm excited about these books. They're all $8.99 each on Amazon. You can get the PDF pack of all 5 of these books on my website for only $29.99. Trish and Melody say that they love them and they like them. These calendars, that's what we're talking about, these daily things. So, new coloring books for New Year, Heart Mandalas, 30 Mandalas in 3D, Valentine Heart Mandalas, Ornate Mandalas, and Relaxing Patterns. So Marianne, did you see we're talking about, Marianne is actually the one, she's here with us this morning. Good morning, Jean. Good morning, Sarah. Marianne actually inspired me to do these daily calendars. And let me flip back over to this. She inspired me to do these daily things because when the Christmas one was over, Paisley's making a lot of noise back here. Hang on. Paisley, leave Colin alone for a little bit, okay? When Christmas came around and it was time to stop them, Marianne said, "What am I going to do tomorrow?" So Marianne, I took it a step further. I did the countdown to 20. This is the one that will be available on my website tomorrow for the month of January, and then I already have one lined up for the month of February as a kind of a Valentine's Day countdown. So that is what's going on. So one of the pages that I've got that you can get as a freebie also on my website is this Valentine Heart Mandalas page from Valentine Heart Mandalas, and this page from Heart Mandalas Coloring Book. So some of those books are square and some of them are 8.5 by 11. So that's that. That's those two things. So we've got Ring in the New Year coloring calendar. What do you think, Marianne? I hope you like it. And then we've got these couple of freebies from the new books. We've got this page we're working on. But before we start coloring today, and I'm going to go over all of this again before we leave today. But I want to talk to you about drawer along. So here is the drawer along book. Drawer alongs begin on Wednesday, January 8th. We're going to meet every Wednesday at 10 a.m. Eastern Time from January 8th to March 25th. And we're going to draw together. And a lot of people follow my draw live sessions, which the next one is on Thursday at 10 a.m. And I don't know what happened, but people started drawing along with me. And that really wasn't the purpose of a draw live. Draw live was all about me. Yes, Marianne, it is. Draw live was all about me actually just drawing a page for a coloring book. And people just started drawing with me. So I decided to create these draw alongs and to figure out a way to kind of get them so that it was a little more organized. So the drawer along book is available on Amazon. They're $15.99 for this book, and you can get the book and you can follow along and draw along with me. We'll meet every Wednesday at 10 a.m. You do not need the draw along book to watch the draw along. So draw alongs will always be here on my Facebook page, just like a color along, and it's similar to a color along in the sense that it will be free to watch. But if you would like to draw along with me, then you will need the book. Well, you would have the book. So each day we'll start out with a warm-up sketching exercise because we want to kind of get a 5 to 10 minute warm-up of sketching, just to kind of like, we're not going to get up and stretch and move our bodies because that would be too much work. And then, but we want to do that with a pencil. And then we're going to move on in the order of what is here in the book. This one is a still life contour drawing with a pencil. What you won't have if you don't have the book is the reference image. If you have the book, you'll have that. So that I think will make a lot of sense. That usually will not be seen. And we may or may not be able to see what I'm actually drawing from. Hey, good morning, Lynn. Lynn says, I am looking forward to learning how to draw. Awesome, Lynn. It's inspiring. Then we have a finish it mandala that we'll be working on week 2. And each day before the drawing exercise is the warm-up sketching exercise page. Then we've got still life with charcoal. And then we're gonna draw a mandala. And then we're gonna take a look at some simple flowers. And then we're going back to contour drawing, back to a finish it mandala, back to still life with charcoal, and back to learning to draw a mandala, and then some more flowers. And then Still Life with Chalk Pastels. Again, Still Life with Chalk Pastels. Now, what I want to say is that this book is ideal for anyone, any skill level. If you have never ever picked up a pencil before and you want to learn how to draw, then this is perfect for you. If you start from the beginning, you can watch it any time. But if you did, it does kind of progress as we go through. So if you have stuck with the book all the way from week 1 all the way to weeks 11 and 12, then that's why these 2 pictures are at the end, because they're a little more advanced than the first one. Okay. So, and then there's 2 copies of every page in this book so that you can practice twice if you want to. And then the back section of the book has just some blank sketchbook pages, so you can just kind of sketch along. So draw-alongs will begin on Wednesday, January 8th. So that's going to be very, very exciting. You can also get the PDF copy on my website. Can I answer any questions about this? Cheryl says, I got the book and I'm really looking forward to learning to draw too. Hey, thanks so much, Cheryl. I'm excited about it. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. It's definitely something different to do, right? I'm going to go get Paisley's. Paisley's going to, I don't know what she's looking for. But we got to get her something. So we're going to use Oil Pastels today. I have my COPPA. When do we have the camp book? The camp book, what do you mean, when do you have to? Say that again, Sarah. I'm unsure. Coloring camp, which I don't know why I can't find my camp book right now, but coloring camp begins on January 26th. So January 26th through February 1st is camp. I don't know where my book is. Did you ever feel like you just keep losing things? Well, that's kind of the week I'm having. Oh, here it is. This is the camp book. So we are camping from January 26th through February 1st. Hey, a lot of giveaways are lined up for camp. I'm excited about it. Spira Farbin's signed on for a giveaway. My dogs are being a pain in the neck today. What is going on, dogs? When do you need to have the camp book by? Well, January 26th is when it starts. So if you're going to purchase the book on Amazon, then I don't know, depending on what you take, be mindful of the fact that, you know, Prime, if you have Amazon Prime, it may not just take 2 days, like especially with holidays. If you're a Colorist Academy member, the camp books are being shipped out by the end of this week, because they were supposed to ship on the 5th, but I'm making a change because I'm afraid that they're not going to get to you on time. So I'll be shipping those out by the end of the week. Maybe sooner if I'm inspired. I don't know. Something might happen. Sometimes it's like you go on a kick. All right, so I've got my junior artist COPPA Oil Pastels, and there's a variety of colors. This is a 16 pack. Some of them are kind of like, you know, they're not really that great anymore. But I'm going to start with red, and I'm just going to kind of use them like a crayon. And I'm not going to worry about staying in the lines, because I think I might do something different afterwards. Maybe kind of make it a little bit of a blur towards the edge. You can blend with them. You can change colors by adding 2 colors together and they'll mix together. Your draw along book. Oh, I thought you already had the draw along book, Melody. I thought it already arrived. So there's that kind of just inside those. I'm not worried about the edges. I want to just kind of make it so that it's a little more, I don't know. Sometimes you just kind of, you got to ignore the lines in life, don't you think? Just kind of have to just go with the flow. Paisley's going to go with the flow today. All right, now I'm going to put some yellow in the background. Good idea, Paisley. Lay down. Put some yellow in the background. And as I get closer to the letters, see what's happening? I'm actually kind of picking up that red that's kind of like off the edge of each letter, and it's turning orange. And that was kind of what I wanted to do. It's kind of what I saw in my head. Is the draw along part of your Colorist Academy? It is not, Jean. So as it kind of comes up, just kind of adding to it, you know. But, you know, coloring camp, we've got some different things happening for coloring camp. One of them is going to be disappearing lines, where we use a white gel pen and we go over the black line so it actually starts to look like a painting when you're done with it. And then we're doing paper weaving. That's going to be fun. We're going to draw the camp cabin. That was another one that's going to be a different one. So see how this is just kind of picking up that red that's behind it. It's kind of making it look a little tie-dye-ish. I'm channeling my inner hippie, I guess. I'm going to go closer to these little mosaic things that are right here. And then continuing on with this yellow. But I kind of wanted that little bit of what was left over from the letters or hanging off the edges to kind of make my background. And then I'm going to kind of go in between, on the in-between of all my little mosaics. This is an easy page. I thought that I would take out my my free pages. Was I a hippie? I'm not old enough to be a hippie, Lynn, but I think that if I was, but I feel like a hippie. Were you a hippie? I wish that I had gone to Woodstock. I think I would have been hippie-ish. I would have fit right in. Okay, so I've got all that yellow, and I'm going to continue back with this section here and kind of taking advantage of the little bits of red that are kind of on my yellow. What's for breakfast? Why are you asking that? Hey, Alice, why are you asking that, Alexandra? Can you hear Paisley chomping away in the background? That's Paisley chomping away. Today's Paisley's birthday, actually. Paisley's 6 years old today. I keep telling her it's her birthday, and she keeps looking at me like and wagging her tail every time I tell her. I don't know if she really knows or not. Scarlett just keeps rolling her eyes at me every time I tell her. So I don't know how we're celebrating, but we're not happy about the weather because Paisley loves to hang out outside, and that would have been a perfect birthday for her, but it's pouring out today. It's miserable. Looks like it's dark. Like, it looks like night right now. Where is the sun lately? It's never around. Yesterday was sunny, though, I gotta say. Yesterday was sunny, and I decided to take my car to the car wash. This is actually kind of funny. Decided to take my car to the car wash, and it was a complete flop. So I go to the car wash, and the first thing I decided to do was to vacuum the inside of my car. So I pull up to the car wash, and I'm laughing already because this was funny. I pull up to the car wash, and I go to hit the button for the vacuum cleaner, which is this big, gigantic vacuum at this particular car wash, which is very strong. And I'm looking for the hose to vacuum my car, and this particular one had no hose. So I was like, well, forget this. This is not going to work. And every other vacuum was in use. So I decided that it just wasn't meant to be. So then I said, well, why should I vacuum my car myself? I'm going to go to the car wash and have somebody do it for me. So I drive to the other side of town, as they say, the other side, and go to the car wash and get there. And guess what? It was closed. So needless to say, I did not get my car cleaned. It didn't get my car washed or vacuumed. Lynn, you were not a hippie. Lynn was not a hippie. She had no interest in Woodstock. Really? I'm surprised, Lynn. Oh, that's right. Melody's birthday was the other day. Happy birthday to Melody. It's your daughter's birthday too today, Beth? Yeah, I always get confused whether or not Paisley's birthday is actually on December 30th or 31st. I don't really know why I have confusion about it, but she's happy to be 6, I guess. All right, so I've got this red in here, and now I'm going to kind of push the red into what's there. It's a powerful statement, isn't it? I love myself. We're our own critics, don't you think? All right, now let's take, I think I'm going to take some purple, actually, because that's kind of a powerful color. And kind of add some purple and some different colors here. I can't believe that Paisley's already 6, actually. I remember when I first got her, how tiny she was. Little bit of a thing. Add some blue here. What's happening, Scarlett? She's in your way? Come here. Paisley's the bully. All right, so I've got these blues, and I'm just going to color these just kind of a solid color with various different colors as we move along here. But I thought that once this was finished, we could also work on one of those free pages, one of those freebie pages from Heart Me and Dollars. Here's some green. So how is everyone celebrating the new year, ringing in the new year? I'm just going to ring in the new year by just kind of like being quiet, I guess. Can you believe it's a new decade? Remember when it was the year 2000, and we were all freaking out that we were going to run out of toilet paper and, you know, we were going to just not move on from there. Alice's dog, Melody's dog, is her birthday is on January 7th. Oh, happy birthday, Melody. For some reason, I'm not getting notification about birthdays. Maybe people don't have it listed. You know? Maybe people don't have their birthday listed on their Facebook page, Heather. I don't have my birthday listed on my Facebook page. All right, let's see what other color we can add in here. I'm going to go back to some more pink, I guess. Add some more red. Pull more purple. Well, we don't want to add it next to that because that's too close to the other one. Put some more blue. Orange, my friend Orange. And then this green. Did I already use this green again? I guess I did. Oh no, that's minty. Ooh, minty green. I didn't know we had that one in here. Okay. Mint green here. Put some more red. So just kind of a fun little page just to kind of fool around with. Add some more pink right here and right here. And that's it. And that's all I'm going to do to it. I'm not going to do anything fancy to it. Facebook used to list birthdays on the news feed, but now you have to look under events and then click on birthdays to find them. Oh, good to know, Sharon. I did not know that. I didn't know that at all. Hey, Jason. So we've got this page finished. This is my oil pastel version of Love I love myself. This is a good affirmation, daily affirmation, don't you think? To kind of really, just to give yourself a boost. Okay, that one is finished. Quick page, right? Quick page. I want to just go over the Ring in the New Year coloring calendar before, because a lot of people have just kind of popped in a little bit later. So this is going to be available on my website tomorrow. It's a Ring in the New Year coloring calendar. It's a freebie. I'm going to start doing these monthly or seasonal or holiday related little kind of countdowns that we've done so far. We've done 2 of them so far. We did the Christmas one. We did the Christmas one for Christmas, right? Went all the way to the 24th. And then Mary Ann had said to me, what will I do tomorrow when there's nothing for me to color? When I first wake up and I sit there, right? So I created this countdown to 2020. I thought it would kind of be a fun way to do it. I actually finished mine. So I guess you could either do the whole thing at once, or you could do one little box each day. So this is the countdown to 2020. You can still get this one on my website. And then here is the Ring in the New Year coloring calendar, which will be available on my website tomorrow. This one's a little bit different because this one has little snippets from different books. Like this is from Sweet Teddy Bear Grayscales. This is from Scarlet's View, Dangles, Frenzy, Mandala Delight, a medley of mandalas, Simple Little Angels, Glowing, Animal Beauty, Blooms, Happy Easter. So I wonder if you can actually find or can name every book that's in here. I bet a lot of people could. Doggy Mosaic. I bet a lot of people could kind of name the book that's in there. A lot of books to pick from. So that's the Ring in the New Year coloring calendar. The other thing that's happening is drawer-alongs will begin on Wednesday, January 8th. I'm going to pop this over to the side there. Draw-alongs begin on January 8th. They're going to work just like a color-along where they'll be free to watch. And if you would like to draw along with me, then you could purchase the draw-along book, and you'll be able to have a book that will have our daily warm-up sketching exercise each day, each time we meet. And then we'll be continuing on with a drawing. It'll have the reference image. The advantage to having the book is that you'll have the reference image all the time, so that you can continue to go back onto it. The disadvantage is that you won't have that reference image. You probably will not see that image while we're drawing, because I'll be focused in more on what we're actually drawing. And you can draw with pencil or charcoal or pen. We're going to do finish it mandalas. We're going to work with charcoal. We're going to work on an actual mandala. Simple flowers. We'll be learning how to draw these little simple flowers. Back to some contour drawing, again with another mandala. So we've got kind of a theme going. Some charcoal, another mandala, and then some more flowers. And then as we go to the last 2 pages, sorry about this. My camera is just not doing what it's supposed to be doing today. It's very crooked. I'm in a crooked world today. Maybe that's better. Then we'll do the Still Life with Chalk Pastels, and then Still Life with Chalk Pastels again. The book will have 2 copies of every page in it, so that you can go on and you can color twice. Draw twice. You can draw along with me a second time, or when you're not watching the video. I'm going to pop a link here for that book, actually. But the other thing is that the replays will be available not only here on Facebook, on my Facebook page, but they'll actually be available on my website at a dedicated page, a draw-along page. And if you've been to my website over the past week, it's kind of had a facelift. I've rearranged some things, made it a little bit easier to navigate, I think. But you'll be able to go over to the draw-along page on my website, and that's where you'll be able to watch the video. And you will not need a Facebook account to watch that video. So if you are someone that maybe wants to buy it for, here's the page actually, for maybe one of your kids or a grandchild, and you want them to watch it and they don't have a Facebook account, it'll be over on my website after the fact, after it's over. So that's what's happening with that. So let's see if anyone has any questions while we take a look at, because a lot of information at today's meeting, don't you think, Lynn? Lynn, you're the one who got me to call the meetings. There's a lot of information happening today. So This page is a freebie on my website right now. This is from Heartman Dollars Coloring Book for All. And who colored this the other day, yesterday I think they posted it, that was not about reds? Was it you, Sharon? Was yours like that? I think it might have been Sharon. And I just thought to myself, what a great way to color that page so it's not all about just kind of red, you know? So I'm going to start out, I'm just going to color this page with my, this is a blue Prismacolor pencil from this Prismacolor Premier set. It's just this landscape set. It's got some landscape colors in it, which makes it kind of a really nice selection of colors. Hey, Bonnie Hughes. So I'm just going to kind of color these hearts, kind of starting dark in the tail of it. I guess it's the tail of the heart. If hearts have tails. Do they have tails? So there is just kind of, I'm just going to follow along with these and then maybe kind of go with maybe some light green and some rust to kind of make it look a little funky, a little different. Because the heart is not all about red. Lots of stuff going on. I'm enjoying the new books. Thank you, Lynn. Yeah, I've got a lot happening. As a matter of fact, I actually started putting together, Alexandria last night sent me a message and said, you should put together a book of, kind of like I did with my big variety coloring book, where it was all about, it was 100 pages, 50 from 50 different books. And I started putting it together, Alexandria. So thank you for inspiring me to do that. Sharon says, I used some red, but a few other colors as well. Yeah, you didn't just kind of stick with red. That's what I liked about it. I think it looked kind of cool. Because it's not all about red. I like this page because these little hearts have wings. Now, in the back of this page, notice the background. This is kind of like a grayer color, so it's kind of cool how it's like different line weights in this page. And I think that's what makes it interesting. And then you could actually kind of do all different things to what is there, what's behind all of these. You can kind of add like dots if you wanted to, or you can shade it like I'm doing with this rust color, which is actually called pumpkin orange. Pumpkin orange, actually. This doesn't really look like pumpkin to me. I just want to meet the people that name the colors. Well, we've met Albert Jones, right? He names the colors. So we know what he's like. I'm going to switch to this one here. Kind of do my every others. Heavy pressure at the bottom and then lightening up. This reminds me of Red Bull, you know, with wings. And I'm not a Red Bull drinker. I don't think I could do it. So just kind of easing up. And it's getting that, the texture that you're seeing there is because I only have a piece of paper underneath it. And this is basically what's happening against the hard surface. I didn't really want to knock on that because I knew that Scarlett was going to say, what's that noise? Sharon says, I used eyeshadow to color in the gray area around the edges. Oh, what a good idea. Just like Christmas trees aren't all about green. Exactly, Marianne. You got it. This color is Tuscan Red. Reminds me of that movie, Under the Tuscan Sun. And then I'm just going to continue on with this one. So I kind of did like the every other thing. This one's a little scratchy. This needs to be sharpened, but I'm afraid that the lead's going to break in this particular one. All right, now I've got this center. I'm going to use these Black Widow Scorpions next for this one. Under the Tuscan Sun is one of your favorite films. I do like that movie, actually. I haven't watched that in a long time. I'm going to use this pink. As you can tell, it's one of my favorites. I'll do every other. That is a good movie, though, isn't it, Lynn? When I watched that movie for the third time, I decided that maybe I just need to pack everything up and just move to like a strange place like that. Could you imagine? Is Albert Jones coming out with new pencils? I saw, that's what Bonnie's question is. I did see that he was coming out with new pencils, but I guess there's been a delay, so I don't really know when it's happening. Haven't heard from him in a while. I haven't talked to him in a while, actually. All right, now let's add some green, because green is always kind of a good color for. This one is olive green. And I'm going to add it for these little hearts that are kind of floating, but with the heavy pressure. What kind of eyeshadow did you use, Sharon, for the background? That's a good idea. I need to buy some more eyeshadow. I don't remember where I was that they had some really, really good colors that I was looking at. For coloring, anyway. They were very, very bright. And then this is kind of a cool color to mix in the mix here. This is burgundy, but I think that might be kind of cool to maybe make these wings here. Just kind of dark section here, and then I could actually add a little bit of maybe yellow at the tips of them. Let's see how that works out. This one right here is called Honeycomb. To kind of add that to the tip. Kind of like places itself inside little sections, you know. I'm going to see if I can get the link. I bought a cheapy set at the dollar store. Yeah, I have those like bright pink, yellow, and blue that I think I had bought at Family Dollar. But I always remember the guy looking at me like a little weird, like a little like, look at this. And I always wonder if he was thinking that it would be weird that I was wearing that eyeshadow or if I was going to color with it. So I always think of that when I'm using that eyeshadow. They have some good colors at Dollar Tree. That Dollar Tree, they have some interesting products, don't they? It's always an interesting place. As a matter of fact, the other day, well, that was where I went when the lady wasn't wearing any pants, so it's always interesting to go to the Dollar Tree. But the other day I was at the Dollar Tree, and the kid that was on the register, he was wearing his uniform shirt just hung over his neck. It wasn't, he didn't have it on. He just had he had a sweatshirt on, but then he just had it like he put his shirt on, but he didn't put his arms through. I'm going to get a link for this free page. He just kind of popped it on there. Like popped it over his head. And it was just hanging. And it was like he hadn't finished getting dressed yet. And I thought to myself, this is his version of I'm wearing my uniform. It was kind of funny, actually. But all it reminded me of is that the people that he worked for and the person that was in charge, it was like, that was acceptable? I don't know. What is going on with this world? Doesn't it just make you feel like, where is the... What is happening? I was reading an article yesterday about how it's a world full of youth that do not have any respect. And it seems like that's just kind of a common thing that happens all the time with every generation, don't you think? But I feel like it could be worse right now than it ever had been. What do you think, Scarlett? Scarlett says, I agree with you. Okay, so let's flip this around. It doesn't make a difference which way it actually is. And let's do the background in something that's really going to kind of pop. I've got that pumpkin orange color. I think I might work with that. Oh, no, not the pumpkin orange, but this goldenrod color. I think I'm going to work with that in the background, just to kind of pull my eye back into there. And I'm just going to kind of color my whole background with this. But this is a good idea to use that eyeshadow like Sharon had said. Scarlett, stay here, sweetie, because it's really kind of horrible outside, and going outside is really not a good idea. Come here. Come over here, honey. Stay here with me. No respect for self or others. Is that what it is, Sharon? Do you think it's worse now? I mean, I'm not saying that we're, like, timeless. We're like 160 years old here, and we remember. But, you know, I think it's really different. Plus, the things that go on. Did you see the video the other day? There was a video the other day of a mall in the city that I live in where there was a huge fight in the middle of the mall. It just makes me think, what is going on? I don't know. Just makes you wonder. Right, Scarlett? Scarlett's here to put her 2 cents in. Do you have to go outside, seriously? All right, hang on a second. 5 sets available, Black Widow. The next set is 72. Oh my God, is it going to be 72 colors of totally different colors, Lynn? Hey, I've got to let Scarlett outside. Come on. I'm going to give my pencil a quick sharpen. Sharon's giving me her 2 cents about this topic. I knew you would like this topic, Sharon. Sharon says, oh yes, it gets worse and worse. Starts in the home, continues to school. There's no attempt to teach anyone the difference between right and wrong, nor respect to teachers, authority, or parents. It's shameful. You know what, though, Sharon? I think it continues on even further with adults too, with everything that adults are doing. Don't you think that it continues even further with everything that adults are doing, and how much they just kind of think that they're just invincible? I mean, I can go on and on with, like, you know, local topics here and things that happen here locally. It just amazes me. I feel like I'm one of those people that are saying, you know, the youth of today. Isn't that funny? Alice says it's worse now. The younger generation doesn't even say thank you when you do or give them something. Isn't it? I agree with you. And even like this kid that had his shirt just kind of like hanging. He had, you know, like the wireless earbuds, wireless headphones in his ears. Now, why do people have to walk around with those things in their ears? Let me ask that question. Why? Does anybody else walk around with these? If you were at a job, work and get a job, don't you think they should not be in your ears? Remember when people had beepers, pagers? Remember that? Yes, adults now, because that's where the kids are getting it from. Yeah, you know what I blame? I'm going to say it. I blame technology. No, I do. I blame technology. You know, I don't know what it is. What are we going to do, Sharon? We can't change the world, but we can change one thing at a time, right? It's just, I don't know what's going to happen. But don't you think that people may have said that when they're like in the 50s, they might have said things like that? The other thing that bothers me, this really bothers me, is that you've got a generation of people that are like 20, 30 years old, and all they're about is like texting and messaging, and They don't pick up the regular phone. But then they've got people in their family that they're communicating with that are in that age generation where they don't text or they don't message or they don't do all those things. And I think that they should respect that and they should still communicate with them on that level. Don't you think? Does anybody else think this? Technology has played a huge role. Yeah, it has. Okay, I'm going to go with the background now and just kind of like use this blue color. And I should just break out the makeup, but I'm actually too lazy to get up to go get it because I don't really know where it is. So I'm just going to kind of go with this blue color here. I think they don't want to communicate with other people. Oh, I don't think they know how to, right, Alice? I think that if all you do is message someone and all you do is, it's easy to just kind of type something. But when you now get into get kind of like engage in conversation with somebody, then it becomes different because now you actually have an influx of the word, of the voice, of what you're saying, you know? It's like saying, you send someone a message back and you say, no problem. Now, are they interpreting that as no problem? Or are they saying, no problem? Like that, you know? So it's very like, I don't know. It's not good. It's going to be a way to kind of fix it. I don't know what that is, but there's got to be a way to fix it. Maybe we need a revolution. You agree with me, Alice? I do. I mean, it's just like, I don't know. Of course, none of those people are here. I'm going to add a little bit of this light blue. I mean, this darker blue color, which is called Galaxy Blue. Just kind of like here and there. Kind of simulate the makeup look. Sharon says, exactly. My dad is one of them. I often have to do things for him on the computer because he can't get the help he needs in the manner that he needs because everyone has become so dependent. Yes, exactly. Totally. That's exactly it, Sharon. And you know what? It's actually, you know, the other day I was trying to order something from Kohl's actually, and which I'm still not done with it. That's how much trouble I had with it. And I went to log in and it didn't recognize my password. Now, I know I had the right password. I'm not trying to sound like a know-it-all, but I just know I did. So I had to reset my password. I reset the password. It locked me out. Now I had to wait for an email for the link to reset the password. You know this circle that we're in? So I reset the password, and now I'm sitting there talking to my mom, and she asked me a question, and she said, why didn't you finish the order yet? And I said, I just didn't. I'm just like locked out. I had to reset the password. And she said to me, now I know a lot about technology for my age, probably way more than I probably should or want to know, but I do. So I just looked at her and I said, you know, I have the same problems with technology as everybody else. I have my own frustrations with it. The only difference is that I know how to fix it. So when you don't know how to fix that technology and fix that problem, like that password reset, and follow the link to set your password, it's frustrating. So I'm the person that people go to and say, can you help me out with this? Something's wrong with my computer. I'm locked out. What does this mean? My screen froze. I just know how to fix it, but I have my share of frustrations and problems. So I do feel bad for the people that don't know how to fix it and need the help. The people that are like in need of that help. Lynn is saying, I admonished 2 of my cousins last night. I told them about cousins that my mother and I are meeting with. They wanted more information. I told them that new cousins are on Facebook and they should be too. What did they say to that, Lynn? The texted word doesn't lend for the interpretation of the tone of the message. Isn't that crazy? I know, but you do realize that all caps means you're screaming, right? So I have a friend who will send me messages in all caps, but she doesn't know that it means the screaming. She just forgot to hit the caps lock key. Dawn says, I agree somewhat. I wrote it in my password book, Lynn. I did. So I knew it was right. Don't tell me that the website was wrong. Dawn says, I agree somewhat, but I find that you can really say what you feel through text, especially when talking face-to-face when the other person does not listen or when others talk over you. True. Very true. I just think that, Dawn, it should be like, if you are not someone that ever sends a text and you're still the generation or the lifestyle where you have a conversation, like I would never text my mom. I would just talk to her in a conversation, you know? Trisha's saying, I have a 26-year-old son that lives at home, is always saying that he'll show me respect when I show him respect. Oh, that's terrible, Trish. How is me knocking on his door, asking him things, or letting him do his own thing with no interference because he's not being respectful? That's very respectful. I only snapped after he snapped and sneered at me. I told him respect, so where did I go wrong? I don't think he went wrong. I think that, I just think that society affects everybody, you know? It takes a strong-willed person to be, to carry on what they were taught, right? Katie says that after working in the food service industry, according to Beth, industry is ingrained in her to be polite. She says, thank you when you're welcome, tips well, and that is patient with the person giving the customer service. That's good. That's great. But there's a lot of people that still don't even do that, Dawn. I mean, you know what? People around where I live, they're not very nice sometimes. What do you think, Sharon? Sharon lives in my area. They're not nice. You know? It's not like the South or, they're just not nice. I am the same. Everyone comes to me to fix some of the problems. I know, isn't it awful? It's frustrating sometimes, but... Sharon says, I didn't know that much. Are you talking about my knowledge of technology, Sharon? Bev says, all I can say is I'm glad I'm on the way out and not in, because I don't like things are changing in this world. It's not really a better place, and with all the technology, people will be out of jobs, and what will happen then? But you know what? People will be out of jobs, but people will also need jobs. You'll also have more jobs to manage all of that technology. I think it's kind of going to be, I don't know. But then look at all the people that work on their own, like for Instacart, or they deliver for like Amazon, like for Amazon Prime, like for Whole Foods deliveries. Those are just people that independent contractors. They do not follow the email as much as I do. I don't expect a response. Hey, if I send an email to you and you don't respond to me, then it's not a big deal. It doesn't really bother me. I know when I use caps, Bev says it appears I am yelling, but I am not. I have trouble seeing. Exactly. It's not, right? I don't think it's your fault either, Trish. Beth is telling Trish that. Yes, it's called stays to themselves, Sharon saying. I think it's just downright rude. Oh, and I meant about the caps lock. Oh, I saw that you wrote it in caps. Ha, ha, ha. That was a funny, Sharon. Sharon made it funny. Dawn says, I always call my dad because he could never get the hang of texting. Exactly. And he had a hard time with the computer and would expect me to go to his house immediately to fix his computer. Well, you know, a lot of people, when they don't have, when they have something wrong with their computer, I'm just going to color this one while we're still chatting. A lot of people, Lynn's comment, I got to make sure I catch that. A lot of people, now I lost my train of thought. What the heck was I saying? About computer? Oh, a lot of people that have a problem with their computer and they know nothing about technology kind of go into panic mode. Don't you think, Dawn? Where they are just like it needs to be fixed right now. It's like, really? Does it really need to be fixed right now? Like right now. Like really right now. Lynn says, remember that in the South, when people say, bless your heart, they don't mean to be nice. I didn't know that. Are you serious? What do they mean? That's not a nice thing to say? Is it sarcastic? Well, I know a few people that say that. Is that true? Where's Dawn Boyer? She's not watching today, is she? Because Dawn Boyer is from the South, and she always says that. I think Dawn Boyer must mean it. She's probably going to watch this replay and say, what the heck are they talking about? Yeah, it's like, oh my God, it's an emergency. Like the Henny Penny. It's a Henny Penny world when it comes to that. When it comes to the technology that is just like, I don't know. It's just, it's like, it's not a big deal. Plus, my thing about it is just turn the computer off and turn it back on. You know? Or how about those crazy emails that say you've won something? You've won nothing. Is what I say. You've won nothing. It's a joke. It's not real. Sharon says, that's me, panic mode, when something technologically goes wrong, and then I just use the shutdown, and hopefully it's fixed when we reboot. Yeah. That's exactly what you need to do. I would, if you asked me how to fix it, Sharon, I would tell you to turn it off and turn it back on. Not a big deal. Just turn it on, turn it back, just turn it off, turn it back on. So this page that I'm working on right now is from my new book, Valentine Heart Mandalas. And it has 25 pages of these style mandalas. Very simple. It's a square book, actually. Don't be fooled by the fact that it is printed on this 8.5 by 11-inch paper. This is actually a freebie on my website right now, too. So you know what? Hey, why people like someone asked me the other day, why do you give away so many coloring pages? Like, why do you give away all these freebies? I give away the freebie because, first of all, it's really nice when someone colors something that I've drawn. It's a totally different feeling than just to draw something and then not have anyone color it. But the other thing is that my hope is that you would color it and then you would share it on coloring groups and other people would see it and they would say, oh, wow, look at that. I want that book. So it's kind of like it's a nice thing to do, but I also kind of do it so that the word gets out about the book, you know? Is there a link for the page you're working on? Yes, there is. Hang on, I'm going to get it for you. Did you see my website? How when you go to the first page of the website, it has all these categories now? People kept telling me it was too confusing. That's another example, actually, of people that are more tech savvy than others. I have been told several times by a variety of people that my website is not cutting edge, that it doesn't look like the way websites should look in this day and age, that I should go back in and revamp the pages and not have so much information on the first page of the website. Here it is. This is the next one. This is the Heart Mandala page. So that's what I've been told. You should make sure that the pages, that the website doesn't look so like cluttered, that it's too much information, and that you should have your viewers or your website visitors actually kind of, search and find things. And I have found that the people that are visiting my website do not have the time, or maybe, I don't want to say the knowledge, maybe they're just not tech savvy enough to go continue to search and search and search and search. So I have listened to the opposite of what they've told me, and I've gone and made my website so that you can see most of what you're looking for right away. So I hope it's easier to find. This is a fun book. I know that Carrie Taylor had, I don't know if she's watching today. Is Carrie watching? I know that she colored a page from this book and posted it and it looked really, really pretty. All right, so now what else should I put in here? Maybe I should add some red. My red is one of my favorites. Look how tiny that is. I guess I'll just stick with this common, with this color family that I've got going on here. So there's that red color. And then I'm going to go back with, I'm going to add some blue next to these. Gotta go back to read Lynn's comment here. Lynn is saying, bless your heart is a phrase that is common in the southern U.S. The phrase has multiple meanings. It can be used as a sincere expression of sympathy or genuine concern. It can be used as a precursor to an insult to soften the blow. Lynn. My goodness. I did not know that. If it was around here, people would use it as a precursor as an insult to soften the blow. It's like when someone says, that's nice. Do they really mean that's nice? I don't think so. I think they're being a little sarcastic. I am not using oil pastels. Bev. I am using Black Widow pencils right now. This is the third page I've worked on today because I'm in like a coloring mode lately. I've got a lot to color. Lot to color lately. This one is burgundy. And if I kind of start at the edge there, so it's darker in the middle. Flip it around a little bit. And it's kind of dark in that section there, that like middle section. Okay, back to yellow, I believe. Let's move on back to yellow. I'll use this one right here. It's a little bit lighter than what was there. I don't like it. See if I can drop right the top of it. Oh, I used Oil Pastels on that page, Bev. Let me get it so I can show it to you. Sorry about that. This is the one that I used it on. No sleeping in allowed, Bev, right? This is it. I love myself. And that's what I use for the Oil Pastels. I'm going to be so wary now about that bless your heart saying, Lynn. It just really rocked my world now that I know this. So the Oil Pastels were for that I Love Myself page. Okay, I'm going to go back over to this. Can you tell my yellow is used a lot? Look how dark that is. You know, I'm not coloring this to be perfect either. I just want to get the color in with the areas of color. And I think I'm going to leave those hearts white. Kind of get it to pop a little bit. Sharon says, I'm going to be using that bless your heart saying for sure now. Me too, Sharon. Don't say it in front of me because then I'm going to start laughing. But I can think of a few people to say it to. How about you? My list is growing. The ticker is on. It's clicking of all the people I could say it to. It might get me in trouble, don't you think? Deb is saying, amazingly enough, I feel like pencils mostly... Do you use pencils mostly to color with? You know, I think I kind of do too. I do use markers sometimes, but it depends. I like the blending and the shading of the pencil. So, I don't know. If you flip-flop. And I really love these Black Widow pencils. I also like Marco Raffines, Sperrfarben. I love those. But then I like stick to pencils. I really kind of gravitate towards these Black Widows a lot. The other thing is that the Black Widow, I don't like anything with an odor, so these Black Widows are really odor-free. All right, I've got this Galaxy Blue color that I think I need to pop in here. And maybe I'll put it up here. This is kind of a weird blend of colors, isn't it? It's kind of a weirdo set of colors. Maybe I should have stuck with maybe some different colors. Plus, all I'm doing is pivoting. Yeah, I think we're all going to start using that bless your heart saying, right? That's going to be kind of funny. The list is growing, isn't it, Sharon? Oh, my goodness. Crazy. It's kind of like if you say to somebody, they don't know what you're talking about, and you can just say to them, your hair looks good. Just because they're like in La La Land. They don't know what you're saying. Like, say something to somebody and they say, what? Like, what are you talking about? And you just say, your hair looks good. It's kind of like a blanket statement. And then it kind of catches them and they say, oh, really? Thank you. It's like all of a sudden you're giving them a compliment. Kind of funny. Of course, I'm not from the States, but Canada, you could use some bless your heart. Do you have any crazy sayings, or different sayings like that in Canada, Bev? I'm trying to think of something that would be said in this part of the country where I am that would be kind of like an insulting thing. I don't know. Well, there's a lot of them I could think of, but I don't want to say them while I'm here, while I'm doing a live video. But I don't know. I'm trying to think of what other ones you could say that would be similar to a bless your heart. That would be kind of a cool coloring book, wouldn't it be? Wouldn't it? It's like insult. It's like hidden insults. Bless your heart could be a hidden insult, right? Need to go back to my pink. I could have used that the other day when I received the calendar. Sharon, don't get it. Oh my goodness. I could have used it too. Let's hope I don't have to say that. A lot of alcohol markers, but when I really want to see amazing color, I use pencils, Bev is saying. Yeah, I don't really like I like alcohol markers, but I really don't like the smell. You know? Thank you, haha, is very popular. Are you saying thank you, haha? Well, I use special. Well, there's the church lady in the house, right, Dawn? I don't know. There's some insulting things that people say. People just are not nice around here. I'm telling you. They can be outright rude. Kind of like a Northeast type, you know? I don't know what it is. They all have issues, I guess, right? Okay, so I'm just going to kind of pop this blue color here in this little circle, and then everything else I'm going to leave white. All my little doodads. I've got these hearts, triangles, and this little thing right here. This right here. Okay, so let's recap about what we've done today. So we've colored this page. This is a freebie you can get on my website. There's a link here somewhere in the comments. You don't think these colors are weird? Well, maybe they're not. I don't know. Doesn't this look like it would make a great tattoo? I'm going to get this as a tattoo. And then you can say, oh my God. I know I would never get a tattoo. I would get bored with it. I would want to wash it off. All right, so we've got this page, which is a freebie on my website from my new book called Valentine Heart Man Dollars. Then we've got this page, which is kind of, I like this one better actually, Heart Man Dollars coloring book. This is an 8.5 by 11 inch page. Then we also have, we finished this page from I Love Myself, which is from Color Along Volume 13. Our next Color Along will meet on next Monday, and we're doing Monochromatic, which is a 3-dimensional mandala. That's going to be fun. And then we are using, then we have this page that's on my, that'll be on my website tomorrow, Ring in the New Year Coloring Calendar, as a way to kind of say, oh wow, I didn't know you had that book, or I like coloring this little tiny teddy bear. So I'm interested to hear what you think about this particular page, because this is a new thing that I'm doing with these monthly kind of like countdown pages. This is the one that we're counting down right now until New Year's Day, which I already finished it because I just couldn't help myself. And then we have this one that we did for Christmas. This is not available on my website anymore. So these will be available on my website as freebies for a limited time. They won't be on there forever. Then we have drawer-alongs, which begin on January 8th. You can watch draw-alongs just like a color-along, and they're free to watch. But if you'd like to draw along with me, then there's a draw-along book you can get. So, Happy New Year to you too, Sharon. Chris says, I was using Sharpie brush markers the other day, and I swear I got a buzz from them. I don't know how you use a Sharpie. Honestly, Chris, I can't do it. I'm like in La La Land afterwards. It feels like my head is like floating sometimes after I use them. All right, so this book begins on January 8th, and then last but not least, coloring camp starts on January 26th. It's a week-long coloring camp, and look what we're doing in coloring camp. We didn't see this book yet. Let's take a look here. Coloring camp is going to be a lot of fun because we've got different things. We're going to add bling with glitter. Why not? We're going to layer colors on this day, which is on Monday. And then on Tuesday, we're going to draw the camp cabin, which we're going to copy right from this page, the cover of the book. And then we're going to do paper weaving. Never done this before, but we're going to give it the old college try. And we're going to use this page, and then we're going to assemble it on the next page. Then we've got a grayscale photo happening for the next page. We're going to use the bolding technique on this one. And then this is the page we're going to use for disappearing lines, where we're going to use a white gel pen for this and to make the magic happen. And then there are activity pages in this book that we're going to be doing throughout the week, or you can do them on your own. For instance, this one uses 18 colors of any medium. We've got a word search in here, a word scramble, a hidden objects page, and then the 100 colors challenge, which is going to be very interesting. I'm going to be working on this throughout the entire week. We have color swatch charts throughout this book, and then there's 2 copies of every page, so you can color twice if you wanted, or you could use this book with a friend if you wanted to. These books are $21.99 on Amazon. It gets you into the week, to the camp private Facebook group, and I think that's all that I have to say about that. So, last day of the year for color-alongs, last day of 2019. Happy New Year to everyone. I hope that you're safe tomorrow night. I hope that you have a great start to 2020, and I will see everyone back on Thursday for Draw Live. Draw Live, I'll be drawing a page for a new coloring book. I have no idea what I'm drawing yet, but I will be giving it a try for something. I'm not sure what I'm going to draw yet, but it's also a good way to see what draw-alongs will be like too. So if you want to tune in on Thursday for at 10 a.m., I'll be doing a Draw Live. Thanks for joining me today, everyone. I hope you have a great day.